Hey, how's it going? So, before getting into this, if you're running ads, you probably found a limitation. So if you're running Facebook ads, you probably spend 200 a day, 500 a day, 1,000 a day, 2,000 a day, 5,000 a day, 10,000. There's a limit. There's a number that you think, past this, I cannot spend more because everything breaks. It is just impossible. So it's not in your reality. Today we're going to cover a very complex topic and something that nobody has ever approached, which is mindset tactics to scale Facebook ads to the absolute limit. Because as everything in life, we're running ads, we're working with money. It's high risk. So we are very numbers oriented. And I understand, I'm the same. But once I started working on my mindset, making the exercise that you're about to discover in this free module from my program, everything literally changed. Because I was open to, let's double the budget. Let's find a way to make it happen. It exists in my reality. I can spend 10K a day. I can spend 30K a day in one ad account. I can spend 700K a month in one ad account. Let's go for it. You're open to it. You're open to possibilities. And so this video is going to be based on books like this: Think and Grow Rich, Psycho-Cybernetics, Neville Goddard. It's basically not just looking at what exists right now, looking past that. And so it's not gonna be too wiki-wacky spiritual stuff. It's just actual stuff that works for you to make it a normal thing to spend 5K a day when you're spending 1K a day, so that 5K a day becomes way easier. So the goal of the video is, number one, to give you an exercise that you can do and you should do every single day. At the end of the video, I'll give you the exercise. Two, I would like to show you inside of my online training program and for you to have an idea of how it looks like. And three, try to start using your mindset in your favor, in the right direction, to further increase your Facebook ads success. So that's the goal of the video. Enjoy. All right, welcome into this initial module, Hyperscaling Mindset. This is gonna be a foundational module. I love it because if we start with this, everything's gonna be much easier. So we're gonna cover these 5 points. Number one, what is the limit? Meta standards, becoming a testing paranoid, data over emotions, and then the infrastructure is the engine. So let's go with the first one. Mindset number one, what is the limit? I challenge you now, can you spend 2 times more what you're spending now? So first of all, think about the number that you're spending right now on meta ads. The average, let's say usually I'm spending 500 a day, or 1K a day, or 3K a day. Now think about 2 times that number. If you're spending 1K a day, it's gonna be 2K. Can you spend that? Probably yes. What about 5X? Can you spend 5 times more what you're spending now? If you're spending 1K, that's gonna be 5K. Is it possible? What do you need? So the first thing that I wanna talk about is you need to see it before you achieve it. Meaning you need to be thinking about it and making questions and then coming to the coaching calls and thinking, how can I spend 5K a day? How can I spend 5K a day profitably? How can I do it? How do people do it? And then you will open new roads, new paths to achieve that. So these are just some examples of times that I've spent a lot of money on Meta. And I'm not the guy that's spending the most in the world. There are some big players out there, but these are some crazy numbers. So this was in April 22, 1 month, one brand, 730K on Meta profitably. This was on Sunday of Black Friday 22, 4 brands, 46K combined in 1 day, and then 5K per hour, 1 ad account, 1 hour, 5K. So what is the limit? We put the limit. And when the limit is very high, we find ways to make it happen. But if the limit is very low and it's comfortable, we're not even thinking about spending 5K a day. There's nothing to do. There are no questions to ask. So first, let's raise that limitation, okay? And another thing, there are 3.1 billion users using Facebook and Instagram every single day. So the amount of people that we can target is crazy. And this opportunity, we've never had it in history. We have to squeeze it. So we can spend a lot more than we're spending now. Mindset 2, meta standards, we are small. So this is a table you can find online. Basically put ad limit, by advertiser size or something like that, and you will find it. But I'm not interested about that limit. What I'm interested in is in the first block. So in there you can see you will be considered a small page if you're spending less than 100K a month, basically. You're gonna be considered medium if you're spending less than 1 million per month. Then, okay, you can be large if you spend under 10 million, but more than 1 million per month. And then you're gonna be the largest if you're spending over 10 million per month. But look at the first one. You are small if you spend less than 100K per month. So that means if you spend a little bit less than 3K per day, you're small. It's like you're nobody. You're small, 250 ads, nothing else. And you're of the small players, but it's 3K a day, which is already a really good ad spend. You will be considered big when you spend more than 1 million per month. So can you see the difference? The first time that I saw that was crazy. If I'm spending 2,900 a day, I'm small. And I will not be big based on the meta standards until I spend 1 million per month. What the fuck? That was crazy to me. And it just raises the bar of what's possible. If we spend 32K per day or less, we're not big in the eyes of Meta. Mindset number 3, become a testing paranoid. So Meta Ads success is all about constant improvement. So for every success, there are 5 new tests. I always put these examples to the coaching members that I have or the people that I talk to. And this is scaling horizontally is the same as a family tree. So that means when you have a new winning ad, what you want to do is you want to make kids out of it. It's like the winning ads is the grandparents, and then you want to make kids, and then they're going to make kids, and then they're going to make kids. And you're expanding horizontally a tree inside of the ads manager. So it's not like you find a winning ad and that's it, and just raise the budget until it burns. No. In here, and we will see this in the next modules, it's about expanding horizontally and vertically at the same time. So this family tree mindset of making kids out of winners, super important. You find a winning ad, you make 5 variations, 5 kits. One variation works of an angle, you make a landing page about it. Advantage Plus is working, you launch 5 of them. You find a winning cost cap, you test the caps around it. So all the time expanding. 4th, data over emotions. Successful scaling happens when you have rules and you follow data. Without rules, you will be up and down every single week. And it's funny to me because I used to love stock trading 7 or 8 years ago. And I finally ended up doing meta ads professionally, developing that, the personal brand, the conferences, the business. But it really combines the stock trading into meta ads. So meta ads, in my opinion, has 3 pillars. You've got the stock trader, you've got the artist, and you've got the marketer, copywriter, people that know about influence and persuasion. So these 3 things make a meta scaling specialist. To be really good at meta, you have to have these 3 things, but one of those is stock trading. So when you become a meta scaling professional, sometimes you're gonna need to think like a trader, because you're working with money all day, money allocation, money in, money out, return, surfing waves, market demand. So that means psychology is gonna play a very important role in strategy, and you're gonna need to follow clear rules that we are gonna define together. We're gonna design these rules. Just for now, let's understand, you're gonna become a little bit of a stock trader on that mindset in the computer, graphs, trends, demand, and you're gonna need to follow clear rules. No improvisation, no emotions, no anything. Last one, mindset 5, the infrastructure is the engine. That means, think about the car, think about Ferrari. If the ads are the gasoline, the car by itself is not gonna reach 100 kilometers an hour in 2.2 seconds by only having good gasoline, yeah? So something's missing, and that is the engine. So it also needs a V8 engine capable of delivering 780 CV to be able to reach 100 in those 2.2 seconds. So if the gasoline are the ads, the V8 engine is going to be the offer, the content, the conversion rate, the AOB, the page score, etc., etc., etc. So everything surrounding the ads is the engine, and you need both of them. We're not only going to talk about ads here, we're going to talk about the other ones, because at the end of the day, this is e-commerce scaling, and I know a lot also on the bottom things. So that's mindset 5. These are the 5 mindsets initially to start the foundation of this program, and go with those. Hope you liked it. I'll see you in the next one. All right, let's go into exercise number 1, hyperscaling mindset. I'm gonna give you a specific exercise here that I've been using for the last 3-4 years to achieve a lot of things that I've achieved, especially to adopt new mindsets quickly and change my identity through subconscious manipulation. Super easy, but let's start with a quick foundation on how this works, and then I'll tell you the exercise and you will design your own exercise, okay? So, Napoleon Hill from Think and Grow Rich, amazing book, quote here, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. From Maxwell Maltz from Psychocybernetics, your nervous system cannot tell the difference between a real experience and one that is vividly imagined. So that means if I'm putting here these numbers in daily ad spend, but they are not real, I edit this image, but I'm seeing this every single day, my subconscious mind that doesn't know if this is true or false. So it works. And then the last one, a human being always acts and feels and performs in accordance with what he imagines to be true about himself and his environment. Imagination sets the goal picture which our automatic mechanism works on. So check the image and your automatic mechanism is going to work on achieving that and make it real in your environment. We act or fail to act not because of will, but because of imagination. This is the exercise that I've been doing for years, and in that case specifically, you see it here, I take a random screenshot, and this, I don't even know if this is mine or this is from Google, but basically I put here the Meta logo. This is not mine for sure, and I was just visualizing this as well, like relating this Meta is going to take me to this revenue in Shopify, 12K a day in ad spend, ROAS 3. So I was checking this every single day, and you see how many times I've done this with anything, and it works. Crazy amount of images. Another thing that I want to establish before doing the exercise is the RAS, Reticular Activating System. What is this? This thing regulates the conscious perception, like what we see. This is what allows us to focus on information that matters most. So the world is full of noise and thousands of things demand our attention. So the RAS works like a sniper scope. Here you can see it. That is your goal and the rest is noise. Looks like this, okay? What you have to tell the RAS, what you have to give it is the input of what is my goal? And if you check this thing every single day, this becomes your goal. So your RAS is only looking to find these things, make this thing happen, ask the specific questions that get me there, eliminate the noise. Examples. This you've heard it 100 times, I'm sure. When somebody's pregnant, all of a sudden they see a lot of pregnant women. It happens. When you're about to buy a new car and it's red, all of a sudden everybody has a red car. But they had the red car before. The only thing is you were not seeing that because you're not paying attention to that. If you do this visualization exercise, number 1, you're going to increase the belief that you can do it. Number 2, you will act and perform in accordance to the goal, not in accordance to your current identity, which is limiting you. What do you think is possible? And then your RAS will be trained to find ways to achieve that goal. You don't have to do anything. It's the subconscious. It's the automatic mechanism that Maxwell Maltz talks about. So this is how I got to points like this, like to normalize these levels of ad spend. Let's call this exercise breaking ad spend limitations. Let's go with it. So the thesis here, the theory is if we can break a mental limitation about ad spend, then we will find ways to increase that ad spend because the flow of ideas and actions will not be blocked anymore by your beliefs, your identity, your perception of yourself, whatever. So we want to unblock that. So imagine your goal is 10 million per year in revenue. It is key to break this down until you find the daily ad spend required to get that. And then you work on breaking limitations about that daily ad spend. It's much more analytical, it's much more in detail, because 10 million is just like, how am I gonna do that? Imagine your goal is 1 million per year in revenue to make the exercise. And imagine 700K in ad revenue. 700K is the revenue that's gonna come from Meta ads. Then you don't need to spend 200K if you're looking for a ROAS of 3.5, just for the example. That requires 550 euros in daily ad spend. And if we simplify that, we take that, okay, if I can spend 550 euros a day in Meta, then I'm going to make 1 million per year in revenue. Super simple, but we need to simplify to get a model of thinking. Now, I want you to make your own numbers, okay? This is an example. So you take your real yearly revenue goal, multiply by the percentage of that revenue that comes from Meta. You take the yearly ad revenue. That, you divide it by the ROAS that you're looking for. Put a realistic ROAS. Don't put the ROAS target that you would like to have of 7. No. But don't put a break-even ROAS. Just put somewhere that you're comfortable, but at the same time, it's a realistic ROAS at scale. And you're going to have the yearly ad spend divided by 365 daily ad spend. So this is the example, 5 million times 80%, that's gonna come from Meta, 4 million. 4 million divided by a target ROAS of 3.75, that tells you that you have to spend 1 million per year on ads. And then if the yearly ad spend you divide it by 365, you get that you have to spend 3,000 euros per day with a ROAS of 3.75 to achieve the 5 million goal. So I want you to recreate this image with your own numbers. This exact image here, I'm gonna give it to you down below so you can download it. And then here you have to put the name of your business or the name of your current ad account and just put like 6 names so that it looks real. In brackets, you put 6 numbers, sorry. Your business, bracket, 6 numbers, close the bracket. Then in here, you wanna put the name of your own campaigns. It has to look familiar. You just like use some blue text. Doesn't matter if it doesn't look like the same typography as in Meta, doesn't matter. Just put something that's familiar to you, the way you're naming your own campaigns. And then in here, you wanna put, you can edit this with Canva, it's super easy. Take it, download it, put it on Canva, and you insert the text. If this is 3K in daily ad spend that I wanna get, here you put the 3K. Here you put the ROAS that you're looking for, let's say it's 3. 3 ROAS, 3,000, and then here you put 9,000. That is it, that is it. Change this, change these 3 numbers, and you wanna check that image every single day. How do you do it? So basically, you wanna print that image or you wanna keep it on your phone, and you wanna watch it daily, morning and night. So what you wanna do for this to work is print as many impressions as possible into your subconscious mind. How do we really penetrate the subconscious mind? Easily, it depends on the moment of the day that you check the image, and it depends on repetition. Those are the only 2 ways. So you wanna do it as soon as you wake up, and you wanna do it right before going to sleep. What I do is I keep this image next to my bed, so before I go to sleep, check, boom, 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 takes me 3 seconds. That's it. Then as soon as I wake up, turn off the alarm, boom, 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 3 seconds, done, easy. But you wanna do it for at least 90 days. You don't need to spend 5 minutes looking at this thing. Like, your eyes can read it super fast. Okay, you wanna normalize that level of ad spend. So repetition, do it for 90 days during this program, and I can assure you this thing works. So yeah, this is the exercise. Make sure you go and do it now, download the image, and I'll see you in the next one.